Welcome back to the TV5 Morning News on this Monday morning. Tracy Marshall joins us. We're kicking off the new year and we're carving up crayons, it looks like.
We're going to make an old-fashioned craft. I made these as a kid with my sisters, and we love this project. And I revisited it, and guess what? I still love it.
It's still fun.
If you never did this as a kid, I don't know what you were doing, but you should have been making some crayon hearts at some point in your life.
I think I probably did, but I don't remember. It's been a while.
Well, if you've got kids, which you do,
right,
you're bound to have some crayons around the house.
Always.
And usually once the tips are broken off or worn down, the kids abandon those crayons and want some new crayons.
You go back to the sharp ones.
So you can find a sharpener, or you can get a little pair of kids' scissors and sharpen some crayons onto a piece of wax paper. Before you do that, fold the wax paper in half.
Okay.
And cut the ends even, just so that you have something easier to iron. Put your iron on low and get that warming up. Take a piece of baker's parchment paper, and again, fold that in half so you have this little thing like this. And then you're going to put the wax paper inside the parchment paper. Okay. And open the wax paper on top of that.
So kind of making a book.
Yes, kind of a book. And then you're going to sharpen the pencils over that wax paper.
You're just shaving some of it off?
Just shavings, yeah. You really don't want it thicker than shavings. And you're just going to cover the wax paper, one side of the wax paper.
Because you had some here that were pretty big.
Yeah, and it depends on the crayon. Some crayons are harder than others. Don't try to do this with candle wax. It must be crayons, because that's what has the intense color.
Okay,
and you're just going to put those shavings on the wax paper. And if it's not enough to cover the wax paper, then just continue until you have...
So you want it completely covered?
You're going to find out what you like better. If you completely cover it, you're going to get something that looks like this after you melt it. So real intense, full color, thickly filled with crayons. Another thing you can do, though, is not fill it quite so full. Sprinkle a little glitter in, and you can just keep adding the crayons, or don't add the crayons as much as you want. Do a few of them, and then you'll discover what you like the best. Okay. Fold that wax paper in half, just closing all the shavings in, and put the parchment paper on top of that, so that you're protecting your iron. And it happens instantly. It's an instant satisfaction type craft, where as soon as you touch that iron to those shavings and the wax paper, it begins to fuse. And then what's fun is each one of these will come out differently. And you can look and see the varying degrees. Now see that? Looks kind of like rose petals pressed in stained glass. And that is the effect. I read online that adults make these sometimes if they have windows that face directly into another neighbor's house. Okay. And it keeps that neighbor from being able to look into the house, yet lets the light pass through. Okay. So you can cut them into any shape.
So you can do it for anything.
You can, and if you don't like the way that it's melted, melt it a little further. It'll continue to spread and fill that paper. Okay. And then just take a cookie cutter, any shape, put that down, and trace around that with a ballpoint pen. It's going to make an imprint on the wax. Okay. And then you cut that right out. And these I just strung with a
so you can do a number of those just out of one.
Yes. And see the difference between a heart that has had hardly any shavings in it and a little glitter, as opposed to a very intense one that is full of color. Yeah. So have fun with this. There is a little weird smell that comes off of it as the crayons are melting. Kind of smells sweaty. Yeah. But as a kid, if you did this, it'll bring back a flood of childhood memories.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Anything happening in between friends for the next week or two?
Thursday night, we have a guest passing through. Amy Gallatin is back for another concert, and she's country bluegrass. Mostly country with a bluegrass flavor. Say that 3 times fast.
No way.